The Queen closed out a historic weekend of Jubilee celebrations yesterday with a surprise appearance on the Buckingham Palace balcony alongside members of her family, including Prince Charles and Prince William.
Well, Her Majesty later thanked the nation in a letter telling the British people, "My heart is with you all," and that she was humbled by the millions of people who celebrated over the weekend.
Yesterday's festivities were capped off with a platinum pageant around Buckingham Palace and 85,000 big Jubilee lunches. It was a fantastic weekend. And here to speak about everything to do with the Jubilee weekend is Pandora Forsyth. She is the host of the Daily Express's Royal Roundup podcast. Pandora, first of all, this outfit is very regal.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely love it. How was your Jubilee weekend?
Oh, it's fantastic.
What did you get up
it
to?
was a complete spectacle. I mean, I also, it was my birthday as well, so not to make it about me, but it was a brilliant weekend. Everyone got involved, even if you follow the royal family or don't. I mean, everyone got involved, whether that was a street party, whether that was travelling to London, you know, people across the Commonwealth as well. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, Pandora, that was something we were talking about in the newsroom this morning, that this sense of unity, we've got to enjoy it while it lasts, because we've all been bickering as a nation for so many years, whether it's about Brexit, whether it's about lockdowns. There's been so much bad feeling between us, and this has been a real sort of collective celebration and party and a bit of a sigh of relief for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we did see, you know, most of, bar one, the royal family, you know, coming together. And I think everyone was a bit worried, you know, about Harry and Meghan making an appearance. But again, that went really smoothly. It was just a fantastic weekend, and everyone's so positive about it. You know, looking at the papers this morning, it's just glorious. Everyone just looks really happy. And the Queen as well, the message, it was so emotional, wasn't it?
And we're just looking at that balcony picture, and as Ellie was saying earlier, it was a surprise appearance from Her Majesty. And I think not too subtle a message there. 3 future kings, and that really is the future of the monarchy right there.
It is.
And she reaffirmed her commitment yesterday to serving people to the best of her ability, but supported by those 3 young men, or not so young, in all of their cases, there.
It's true. And it's so lovely to see so much of the royal family over the weekend, especially the youngsters. You know, we saw them all sitting down yesterday. Prince Louis was being very cheeky. We saw some of his personality coming through. And that was actually really nice, because we always see the royal family very serious. But actually just to see them, you know, acting like a family, you know, pulling faces and stuff, I thought it was very sweet.
I think they really did steal the show in some parts, didn't they? The young Cambridges, I think that's the first time, we were just saying before we came on air, it's the first time we've really seen them kind of step up and have their first roles of duty really
it's very
this weekend.
sweet, and all the sort of, like, you know, waving and everything. No, it was absolutely lovely.
It certainly seems as though Prince George, though, has a naturally serious temperament, which is a bit similar to his dad. And when you look at William versus Harry, and they talk about the heir and the spare, and it certainly seems as though Charlotte and Louis seem a little bit more light-hearted. And in many ways, isn't that a bit of good fortune for the monarchy, that they've got these quite serious characters to carry them forward?
I think they also need sort of like a serious head. I think in the next 10 years or so, I think it will be very interesting to see where the royal family goes. But I think this weekend just proved, you know, there's still a love for the royal family, and there's definitely still a place for them.
What about a highlight for you? I mean, for me, it was the Paddington Bear sit-down with Her Majesty whipping out a marmalade sandwich and just seeing Her Majesty really laughing. I would love to know how they filmed it. But that was a highlight for me. What about for you?
I think seeing them yesterday, sort of like bringing out all their personality, you know, Prince Louis making faces, you know, Charlotte trying to keep them all together. That was absolutely brilliant. And just seeing the street parties in general, I think, you know, just seeing everyone come together for it, I think was brilliant.
And it's the love of our monarchy, as you say, you know, all those street parties that are going on up and down the country, but also people that travelled from all over the world. I mean, people coming over from America, weren't they, and standing outside Buckingham Palace?
Literally tenting up a few days beforehand to see just a glimpse of maybe the royal family, you know, all the military going down. Oh, it's just absolutely amazing. And when we saw those illuminations in the sky as well.
Oh, my goodness. Buckingham Palace on Saturday night for that party at the Palace looked
incredible.
Sensational. I've never seen anything like it. The optics that they can do with lights these days is incredible. But also, it's great advertising for the UK. I mean, we know the royal family play a huge role in terms of tourism, but the message that's sent out to the world, I mean, London just looked fantastic, and indeed all of the parts of the country that the royals really highlighted as well.
I mean, it just goes to show how many months of preparation. Credit to the event planners, because that would have just been insane. But yeah, no, just seeing everyone coming down yesterday, so many familiar faces from, Kate Moss, Diana Ross, all flying in to celebrate the Queen. It was just fantastic.
It really, really was. And what did you think about our Queen? Because don't you think that just shows her resilience, that she had to step out of Friday, she had to step out of Saturday, but just there at the last moment, she came out onto the balcony looking absolutely wonderful in her green hat and her green coat.
I know, wasn't it just so sweet? And also the fact she said in her message, she remains committed. She's in her 90s. Credit to her. And she looked genuinely happy. And I think, more of these events going forward, she'll go to events that she actually wants to go to and that she's passionate about. But I think she was just so happy that it went so smoothly, a lot of pressure. But yeah, it went amazingly.
Do you think she's ever overwhelmed by the outpouring of love? Because it is incredible to see, isn't it? The amount of people that still come out to see her. I mean, there's Americans that pitched up for days to try and catch a glimpse of her. There wasn't even any guarantee.
Well, I was thinking about that balcony moment, how they would feel, looking out and seeing that many people. There have been, wavering moments over the years, and lots of talk about the royal family, where they'll be in the future. And I think that probably just showed her, actually, I've still got a place here. I don't think she'd be overwhelmed, because I think that's all she's ever known, is serving the country and serving the Commonwealth.
It's interesting when we sort of prepare for how we can expect, her to reign for the next few years. Let's hope it is a few years, and whether she'll sort of be dipping in and out, as we seem to suspect she will. I was at the Epsom Derby on Saturday, which we were told she was watching from home. But I was told by organisers that ITV Racing had prepared a tribute to Her Majesty, but she asked them to move it to 2:50 p.m. so that she could watch the 3:06 at Doncaster.
Only the Queen could do that. Let's just move national broadcasters just a few minutes, just so I can watch it. Just incredible. And, that is one thing that she's so, so passionate about. Such a shame we couldn't see her there. But also, she's had a massively heavy weekend. I'm sure she's been glued to her TV. With tea coming constantly. It's absolutely fantastic.
Go on.
I was just about to say, do you know what I found really, really special? It's actually on the front page of the Mirror. For me, I think this was one of my personal highlights, is watching the relationship between her great-grandchildren, isn't it? And the Queen, and the reverence and the respect. I mean, look at that look of adoration
adorable
on George's face. It's just incredible, isn't it? It's just, they clearly are a very close family.
Yeah, so, so sweet. And even more so, I think, over the past couple of years, they must have developed a relationship. And also seeing them all growing up right in front of us, in a suit and everything. Only a few years ago, he wouldn't have been in a suit. It's been absolutely lovely, and sort of seeing the interactions between them. They were, live for about 3 hours yesterday on the TV, so lots of going back and forth. And I think you very much saw a glimpse of an inside look into their private.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got children similar age, and I can't think of anything worse than having them on display in that way for several hours. And I actually thought it was really impressive the way Kate was trying to parent them in a very... She's so graceful, even when
elegant,
she was gently tapping him, I'd be going, stop it. But they would, I just felt for them. And when Mike Tyndall was giving the eye to Louis, I just thought that was brilliant. I just have to ask you, before we move on, one final thought. Do we believe Prince Andrew really had COVID?
I think conveniently, yes.
Okay.
I think would probably be my answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very diplomatic. Pandora Forsyth, always a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.